Hello, I'm Carol Ann Riddell, and this is Science and You. We live in the age of the selfie, the look at me pictures that flood our social media feeds. And now they're going 3D. Our Tinabeth Piña has discovered what just might be the next generation of selfies, a combination of science and art. Take a look.
Some of us like taking selfies and looking at pictures of ourselves. But what if you were able to take that selfie to the next level? What if that selfie is in 3D?
These aren't just regular figurines. These are 3D figures of actual people or their pets. These are doobs.
A doob is a hyper-realistic looking 3D printed figurine of yourself. The technology started about 5-6 years ago in Germany with the body scanning technology, originally intended for medical applications like for prosthetics, but within a few years they started this concept by opening these stores so people could come in and get scanned themselves for the figurines, and it really took off.
The duplicator, which is a play on the word duplicate, is a scanning process that uses photogrammetry, which is the art and science of obtaining reliable information or measurements of physical objects through photos.
We have 54 digital cameras in our scanner, so when you get scanned it takes a split second, but we have 54 different angles of you, and that's what's needed to really create our models for these figurines.
Those 54 images are uploaded to a data team, which creates a 3D model file that's sent to the Doob Production Center in Brooklyn.
They create what's called a print build, and that will have anywhere from 15 to 20 different figurines in one print build that's going to be made by the printer. So essentially that is some computer software that's setting that up, and then the printer itself runs for about 12 hours.
The ProJet 660, it uses an additive manufacturing process that prints each of the figures layer by layer, and the powder, which is made of a polymer resin, binds with the ink to create the figure, and then we go in and excavate it out of the powder, and the vacuum takes the powder, puts it back into the machine. We use it for the next print. And then the next part goes into the cleaning chamber where we blow off all the extra powder.
After all the excess is blown and brushed off, the doobs are dipped into a curing solution, toweled off, and dried overnight. By the next day, you have a sturdy and yet fragile piece of art.
We're always striving to improve every part of this process, trying to make it more efficient, trying to make the figures feel even more quality. It's an heirloom piece, so people spend a lot of money on it, and it's something that they hope to have forever.
Doobs can cost anywhere from $95 to $695, depending on the size. And there are only 4 doob locations in the United States. Keep in mind that digital plastic surgery is not allowed.
We do not necessarily do any of those digital touch-ups, so essentially how you are when you step inside that scanner is how your figurine is going to look.
But there are future digital benefits.
You can imagine coming here, getting your body scan done, and then creating a 3D avatar of yourself that could be used in a video game, in a virtual reality setting, in a music video. With apparel makers, you could try to custom fit clothing to your exact body dimension. So all sorts of exciting future applications on the digital side as well.
Doob keeps your information on file just in case you want multiple figurines of yourself. And if you do purchase more, you'll get a discount. And of course, as you've seen throughout the story, me and my cameraman got doobed. So mini-me's, take it away. For Science and You, I'm Tinabeth Piña.
And joining us now, our very own Tinabeth. In fact, Tinabeth and her doob are here.
My mini-me.
I'm really into this, and I want to get a closer look at your mini-me in just a minute. But TB, first let's start by talking a little bit about the process, how they did this. I mean, this actually kind of grew out of 3D printing for prosthetics, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Doob has its origins in Düsseldorf, Germany. And they started making like prosthetics for an ear, for an eye, for a nose, people who suffered like a severe accident. And then that grew to cancer and stroke victims who needed a prosthetic for a leg or for an arm. That grew to orthopedic devices like leg braces, and it just kept growing. And then it had a trickle-down effect for public use. How could we use this for the public?
Right.
And then that's how Doob was born. So you could use these on wedding cake toppers. You can use this to document your child growing up, like those old-fashioned precious moments.
Right. Yes, exactly.
So that's how that grew.
So 3D printing has really come a long way.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's totally come a long way. And the field that's benefited the most, hands down, has been science. From prosthetics, which definitely has the main, hand on, to paleontology, for instance. Like when the museums are making 3D prints of a fossil, you're preserving that fossil by not having that on display or people touching or making clay forms of it. You can just make a 3D print of the fossil, and then it's going to grow to a 3D print of, let's say, a dinosaur in its entirety.
Wow.
And they can study how dinosaurs moved and evolved. It can go to stem cells. They're trying to, I don't understand how exactly, but 3D print stem cells. And even making just lab equipment. If they're running out of something in the lab and they need to recreate it, instead of ordering it and waiting for days, they can just print it, and they have it customized to what they need.
It's really, it's hard to imagine almost. But
no, yeah, it's almost like we're living in the Jetsons at this point. It's like it's completely evolving and going forward.
So there's another way that this technology sort of intersects with consumers, and that's around the avatars, right? Can you explain that?
Yeah, well, think about it. When you go to the store, you want to try something on, whether it's clothing, shoes, what have you. And a lot of people are shopping online now. Now, I choose not to shop online because I'm like, I'm not sure if something's going to fit me right now. No,
all right, we're going to talk about
that later. Fashion show. But I don't trust it. So with these avatars, they're going to be accurate, true to size. So there's going to be less returns, less things not fitting you. You're going to get the color that you want because you can customize it. Basically, you're going to have an avatar like this in a computer, in a 3D model.
Okay.
And it's going to be your exact measurements from head to toe. So you can see how something's going to look on you on a computer screen.
So how those jeans really fit.
Exactly, how the jeans fit, how the shoes fit, how it's going to look on you, and a color. Say you're like, I want this blouse in yellow, but I'm not too sure if yellow's going to work. You can see it. And that's going to cut down returns, and it's going to pump up the sales for online retailers.
I mean, theoretically, could really change a lot in terms of the way that we shop and then return.
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow. All right, let's talk about this gal here.
This to me was amazing. Basically at Doob, as you saw in the piece, they had 54 cameras to recreate a mini version of me.
I know, and I love that you wore the same outfit for us
purposely,
today. Thank you.
Wore the same outfit, so you can see that it is me from head to toe.
There you go.
I wore the same shoes. I wore everything. And what's interesting is they're not the only game in town. I thought they were.
Yeah.
But there's a place called Gulliver's Gate in Times Square. They also have 3D miniature me's of people who go visit. And Gulliver's Gate is a place where they have mini replicas of the entire world. So they will make a mini me of you to put everywhere in the world.
A mini me of you.
Yes, a mini me of you. To put you anywhere in the world, in addition to different sizes. But what's fun with them is, at the end, you get a passport.
Oh, that is cool.
All the places your mini-me has been throughout the world. So it's just fun. It's something that you can do for yourself, for a family member. But there's different realms of it. Like Doob has 54 cameras. At Gulliver's Gate, they have 128 cameras.
Wow.
So there's all these cameras capturing you exactly and accurately.
I mean, it really does look like you.
It does. It does. It's pretty weird. When I was home, I had it like in a hutch, and my husband was in the middle. I'm like, oh, you're in a Tinabeth sandwich. She's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I'm over there, I'm over here, and you're here. So it's
But
fun.
you're much more magical in person.
Well, thank you very much.
I also think maybe your balance is a little better.
Yes.
You don't need a cup to lean against.
No. And it's just a fun thing to do. And it just shows how science has progressed to be able to do something like this. I mean, the next thing is if you see something like this speaking, I'd freak out. Like, you know that's probably where it's gonna head.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Let's not even think about that quite yet. All right, Tinabeth, thanks so much.
No, thanks for having me.
You may have heard of composting before, but not quite like this. Andrew Falzon explains how the Department of Sanitation and the Prospect Park Alliance are using composting to make the concrete jungle greener.
At Prospect Park, the old well house has been transformed into a restroom, and without a connection to city water or sewer lines, architect Alden Madry and the Prospect Park Alliance had to get creative.
Originally, the well house was used as a component of our water system in the park. The well house housed a boiler that powered a pump that pumped water throughout the stream system. Because we're so far away from a city sewer line, it means that it would be very expensive to run pipes and pumps out to that city sewer line. So this is a self-contained system that doesn't need to connect to the city system.
Traditional composting methods yield a nutrient-rich soil from the decomposition of vegetables and fruit with organic material like leaves and grass clippings. However, the restrooms at Prospect Park are composting human waste rather than food scraps and other organics.
It hasn't been done in a New York City park before, but it has been done in other locations in New York City. The Bronx Zoo has a system like this, and the Queens Botanical Garden also has this system in place. So we wanted to make sure that it's a sort of proven method before we decided to use it.
Toilets are typically connected to a septic tank or sewage line, which leaves the waste in a wet, swamp-like atmosphere. The fixtures at Prospect Park Well House, however, send waste to a dry tank filled with two main ingredients.
In the beginning, the tanks are filled with wood chips. But then after about 6 months of use, then worms are added into the system and they break down everything and sort of make everything into usable compost.
This process is known as Verma Casting. Verma Casting is when worms break down materials, leaving a humus-like manure behind, which enriches the compost with nutrients, a process that tank manufacturer Clivus Multrum says can reduce waste volume by nearly 90%.
They sort of churn through everything, and we need to keep a certain humidity and temperature for them, like a good environment for them to sort of thrive on.
A fully mature compost can take between 5 and 10 years to be ready, depending on restroom use. Once it is ready, the compost will be removed and the material will be transported to a site that's been approved by the Department of Environmental Conservation and placed in the soil, enriching it for plant life. But that's not the only unique aspect to this well house. Another major part of this system are the atypical plumbing fixtures.
The differences in the plumbing fixtures are that the toilets have foam in them rather than a lot of water. There's a very small amount of water that's used in the toilets. We use 3 to 4 ounces per use, as opposed to 1.6 gallons, which a normal fixture would use. It's a 97% savings in the water. And we've estimated that we save 250,000 gallons of water a year by using this system.
This water savings isn't exclusive to the toilets. Utilizing wastewater from the sinks was a priority for the Prospect Park Alliance as well.
Our Greywater system uses the water that's from our hand sinks and the floor drains in the building to feed into a garden that we built in the front of the building. And that garden, we excavated a long trench and filled it with a particular type of soil that's good for absorbing water. And within that soil, we planted native grasses that are also suitable for this environment. So the advantage of the Greywater Garden is all of that water is not being fed into the wastewater tank or into the city sewer line. So that helps to save a lot of water usage.
While this unique form of composting requires you to visit sites like Prospect Park, the Bronx Zoo, and the Queens Botanic Garden, you can still be an active composter in the traditional sense. Keep an eye out for any of the city's 101 food scrap drop-off sites and the brown bins in residential areas. But remember, unlike Prospect Park, food scraps and organics only, no human or pet waste in these bins. I'm Andrew Falzon for Science and You.
These days, you don't need to jump out of a plane to feel what it's like to fly. Bodyflight, the art of flying in a controlled manner, is all the rage. Ari Goldberg went to iFLY New York in Yonkers to experience skydiving from just 5 feet up. He explains the physics of it all to the rest of us.
I'm Ari Goldberg, and today I'm going flying. No, that's not me. That's our instructor showing off all the acrobatics you can do in a wind tunnel. Essentially skydiving indoors. Me, I'm just hoping not to fall on my face. You can't hear inside the tunnel with the wind in your ears, so it all starts with learning how to follow your instructor's hand signals and how to manipulate your body. And soon enough, you're ready to enter the tunnel for a test run. Think of a rudder on a plane. Every time it moves, the plane moves. Your hands and feet, even your head, can all essentially act the same way as your body's rudder. And for my second flight, I get to dive in and try out some spins. Pretty neat, huh? Now let's talk about the science behind these thrills.
That was quite an experience. That was terrific. Thank you. I did not, it's disorienting a little bit.
The most important thing is to keep breathing, right? The more relaxed you get, the more you can feel the wind, the more control you can have, the better.
Where are we right now? Can you just talk through how this machine works a little bit?
Yeah, we're in iFLY Westchester. It's a new generation tunnel that leads air from the outside, spits it outside through the turning vanes. And this one has a recirculating tunnel, so air goes up, past the turn rate, it recirculates, and you're pretty much using the same air. It just recirculates. It means it's cleaner, it's faster, and it's a lot bigger. The bottom is what you call the plenum, all right? So that's where the wind will flow. In the plenum, there's chillers. It cools down the turning vane. It goes all the way up, and you have the top turning vanes, all right? That's where your fans are. So when the air passes through the turning vanes, it goes down and does the same motion over and over again. So it always keeps it really smooth.
I'd love to talk a little bit about the aerodynamics, I guess, of what it takes to be decent at flying in there. How does it work?
A lot of body awareness, right, and a bit of core strength. So it just takes like slight movements to do a simple motion. So my whole body is considered your surface area. That's what keeps you lifted.
Controlling how your body interacts with the air particles. In physics, air resistance is known as drag. The flatter you make your body, the more surface area you have for the air to hit and push you up.
Now, how you tweak your little portions of your body, like an arch, which helps you go down. And as soon as I start to flatten out my body, the flatter your body is, the air tends to push your body up.
How does this differ from actual skydiving?
In skydiving, it's a lot faster. And here, we learn how to create lift, all right? We learn how to create lift with our body. Up in the sky, we don't. We fall. The thrill of jumping out of the plane, which we call the hill, okay? So the hill is, you know, the roller coaster. You drive down really fast, you have that falling sensation. You get like 2 or 3 seconds of that. Like once you jump off, you like fall, and then you feel exactly what you felt in there. A lot of skydivers come here to perfect their skills because there's walls. You have to be precise. In the sky, you can do anything you want, you'll be fine.
Skydiving itself, you really only get about a minute of actually being able to do tricks before you got to pull the parachute.
Yes, exactly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tunnels are not just for training or fun. They actually hold different types of skydiving competitions as well. Formation skydiving, vertical skydiving, freestyle, and dynamic skydiving are only a few. And what better way for children to learn math and science than at an indoor skydiving facility? This is just what iFLY New York offers, with school field trips designed to provide students with wind tunnel demonstrations, physics presentation, and hands-on lab activity.
There are a lot of ways to learn about physics. This is probably the best one. For Science and You, I'm Ari Goldberg.
Math and martial arts may not seem like an obvious combination, but success in the Jiu-Jitsu fighting ring depends a lot on finding the right geometry. Beth Kovetz has more.
When I say the words martial arts, I can pretty much guarantee that the last thing that pops into your head is geometry. But it should.
Science is everywhere. It's in the way you move, it's in the shapes you make with your body, it's in the way you interact with your environment so that you can convert things like potential energy in your muscles to kinetic energy when you try to punch someone.
So what does that mean? Well, let's apply the idea to the study of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a fighting technique that emerged from Kokudan Judo ground fighting and was expanded on by Carlos and Renzo Gracie.
Jiu-Jitsu, it's a martial art, was created by smaller people, weaker people that did not have all the attributes as size and power. So the only thing that we had in hands as a guy of my weight and size is actually science.
Science and You invited astrophysicist Moya McTeer to the Renzo Gracie Jiu-Jitsu studio in Astoria to meet with studio head Magno Gamma to talk about the science of hand-to-hand combat.
When we're training, in many different positions, we have to be looking for different angles and shapes as well, in which our bodies must be shaped in order to develop the strongest position possible.
Right. So one of the shapes you use is the triangle in your base.
Triangle is one of our favorite. We find it everywhere.
The triangle is so strong because it's inherently rigid. The triangle is the only polygon that's described just by the length of its sides alone. All other polygons, like a rectangle, have to be described by their angle and the length of those sides, because a rectangle can shift.
That's really interesting, but how does it apply to martial arts?
On a simple self-defense move, where would you see the science here? The person grabs around my arms, I can't move, and I can't stay on the same height with my narrow base. He can pick me up.
Right.
So my first step would be this. Narrowing, widening my base, widening my arms.
So by doing this, by widening your base, you're making yourself more stable because you're giving your center of gravity more room to move before it moves from above the points of contact on the ground. You're also redistributing your mass so that it's harder for the assailant to pick you up.
That's excellent, and that's what I was looking for, because I need to be stable, I need to have control over the position, but at the same time, like she says, it allows me to move my base around. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm stable, I'm secure, but watch my right leg goes right behind the guy, and I'm right back to
your wide, stable base.
Now I need to lift this weight. How can I grab him? How can I pick him up? And use pure leverage.
Yes.
Back straight, using only my legs, and I can put down my partner again.
So in doing this, you've also narrowed his stance, so his weight is easy to pick up because his mass is distributed in a very central location, and he's less stable because his center of mass can't move very far before it's not over the point of contacts at the ground.
I wear this uniform and it's white, and I feel like I'm a scientist. But this is my robe and this is my lab. When I teach jiu-jitsu, when I'm training, the person makes a movement and I try to express that to people. What I see is, in my mind, I see the angle, I see the numbers, I see everything. I see a clock on the ground where my partner is moving at 3 o'clock and I'm moving at 11 in order to cut the right angle in order to make that strong guy become completely weak and off balance. So every time I'm training on the mats, I see geometry, I see the science behind everything. As much as if I explain and I give you guys, you go here, here, and there, but in my mind, I can see, in my eyes, I can see, in the picture, I can see the numbers, I can see the angles, I can see the science behind everything. And that's why I believe that jiu-jitsu is efficient, is because it has science and it has rationality behind it.
And that's why science matters.
This has been Beth Kovetz for Science and You.
The art of glassmaking on display at the Chihuly exhibit at the New York Botanical Garden is a feast for the eyes. And as Mike Gilliam found out, it's also the result of some fairly simple scientific recipes.
So you can see the consistency of the molten glass is like honey. And it responds to physical processes like gravity.
Leo Tchaikovsky is an artist in residence at Brooklyn Glass, located in the Gowanus section of Brooklyn. He's showing us how to manipulate and blow glass, the components of which have been compared to a recipe for baking cookies. Glass is created in the furnaces on site, where the chemicals, including sand from beaches or silica, are heated to 2,400 degrees for 8 hours.
So to help bring that melting point down to a more realistic melting temperature, fluxes are added like alumina oxide and potash. Those materials melt at a very low temperature, where silica melts at a very high temperature. And when they're mixed together, they kind of average that melting point out so that we can melt the glass at a more easier temperature.
Because glass is not normally clear, additional chemicals are added as decolorants.
So a lot of silica, most silica is heavy in iron content. If you were to melt that, then the iron gives the glass a green hue, much in the same way that metal oxides color paint. They also color glass. We want much clearer glass We have to add decolorants like erbium and other chemical compounds that neutralize the iron oxide and prohibit it from coloring the glass.
And much like with removing color from glass, other chemicals are added to the batch in order to create colors in glass.
Cadmiums and seleniums for reds and yellows, cobalt for blue, manganese, iron oxides to create the greens and the blacks.
Boric acid is added to create stronger glass used in cookware like Pyrex. Glass is pure and does not allow the toxic chemicals to leach out. With glass at a temperature of around 1600 degrees outside of the furnace, it's malleable to the point where it can even be shaped with the air from our lungs.
All right, blow please. Okay, stop.
They continue until the piece is just right, and they snap it off the blowpipe. Reheat, and he forms a lip on what is becoming a pitcher. Hannah works separately on a handle for the pitcher. They add the piece and stretch it into shape, and it all comes together. Leo adds the finishing touches to his piece, and it goes into something called an annealing oven for 8 hours, so that it can cool without cracking. But there is more to Brooklyn Glass. They also work with neon.
So this is called a ribbon burner. It's an adjustable ribbon of flame.
He heats the glass tube back to the 2,000+ degree temperature that makes it malleable. Then he works with it on top of a pattern to get the shape just right as he forms the letters for a sign. Once the shape is formed, electrodes are added to the two ends of the sign, and 20 milligrams of mercury is inserted in one end. David hooks up his sign to a vacuum system and removes almost all the air from the tube.
So we're going from atmospheric pressure, which is 760 millimeters of mercury, down to about 2 millimeters of mercury. So we've got almost all the air out, just left a little bit. And I am now going to ionize the air. So we just have what's left over in the tube, lighting. So no fancy gas yet, just air. And this is how it was done almost 100 years ago. It's called gas discharge bombarding. And by doing this bombarding process, we're not only producing heat, but we're producing hard UV and ion bombardment. So we are cleaning the inside of this tube so well that there can be nothing organic left in it.
After that is done, the tube is filled with argon, an inert gas. David then closes the electrode attached to the vacuum and moves the mercury around from one electrode to another, also known as the aging process.
And it turns out that the discharge of mercury vapor produces the correct amount of UV, or the correct type of UV that allows the phosphor to glow properly. And there you have the R.
Now, I got to tell you, this is really cool stuff. If you're interested in giving it a try, they have a website, and Brooklyn Glass is open 7 days a week. I'm Mike Gilliam for Science and You.
And that's our show for today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carol Ann Riddell. We'll see you next time on Science and You.